Let's continue. Solution set of an equation. An equation is true when the value of the expression on one side of the equal sign is the same as the value of the expression on the other side of the equal sign. Thus, the solution to an equation in one variable consists of the value of the variable that makes a statement true when substituted into the equation. Okay, let us consider this example. 7x equals 35. That is our original equation. So, ang kailangan natin gawin is we are going to make both sides equal. So what are we going to do? Let us substitute x equals 5. Pag i-substitute natin yun, instead of writing x again, palitan na natin o i-substitute natin yung value ng x equals 5. That's why we have 7 times 5 that is equal to 35. And then just simply copy this. So compare the two now. Are they equal? Yes. So therefore, the solution for the linear equation 7x equals 35 is x equals 5 because substituting 5 for x in the original equation results in a true statement. Finding roots of a quadratic equation. There are three basic methods for solving quadratic equations. First, factoring using quadratic formula and computing the square. So, prior to that, gawin muna natin to. Solution of a quadratic equation by extracting square roots. A complete quadratic equation contains both the first and the second power of the variable. An incomplete quadratic equation is one that contains only the second power of the variable, that is b equal to 0. So, example, we have 3x squared minus 81 is equal to 0, wherein ang quadratic equation kasi natin dito in standard form ay nasusulat sa ganitong gawi. Ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. Our leading coefficient is what we call the quadratic term. Bx is what we call the linear term. C is for constant term. So, if we're going to look at example number 1 here, ang katabi ng x squared is a. So, therefore, our a here is 3. Wala tayong nakikitang x. That's why automatic b is equal to 0. And our constant term, number lang siya, pure number lang. Pag sinabi natin constant number, constant nga, fixed. Hindi na siya nagbabago. So, c is equal to negative 81. Another example, 2x squared is equal to 98. Ang a natin is 2. Ang b pa rin natin ay 0 kasi wala tayong x na nakikita dyan sa equation na yan. And c is our constant term, negative 98. Next, 8x squared is equal to 0. Wherein a is what? Yung katabi ng x squared, and that is equal to 8. b, wala tayong x na nakikita dito, therefore it is equal to 0. And our constant term, wala na rin, so that's why we are going to write c equals 0. Take note that any quadratic equation of the form x squared is equal to c has two possible solutions. X is equal to square root of c, or x is equal to negative square root of c, where c is a non-negative real number. This is referred to as the square root property. Okay? Balikan lang natin ito. Hindi ko napansin. Negative 98. Bakit naging negative 98 nga naman yon? So as you can see, we have 2x squared is equal to 98. Tama? So, ang gagawin natin, kailangan nating i-transform ang ating equation in standard form ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. Pag sinabi natin i-transform, aayusin natin siya into this form. Ibig sabihin nun, yung right side ay laging 0. But then, look at this. Hindi 0 ito. So, anong gagawin natin? What are we going to do? We are going to apply addition property of equality. Magpa-plus ako dito. Blank is equal to 98 plus blank. Naintindihan? Anong kailangan natin tanggalin dito? Gawin natin itong 0. So, paano natin gagawin 0 ito? This is positive. So, kailangan natin magdagdag ng negative. So, magdadagdag tayo ng negative 98. Negative 98 din dito. Simplify. 2x squared positive times negative magiging negative 98. 98. This is positive times negative magiging negative. 98 minus 98 magiging 0 yan. That's why ang our A here, that's why our A here is equal to 2. B is wala naman yung x, katabi ng x, therefore susunod natin 0. And our constant term C is negative 98. We need to consider the sign kasi negative yon. Okay? Examples. Letter A. X squared minus 144 is equal to 0. So, applying addition property of equality, anong mangyayari? Magiging x squared is equal to 144. Paano nangyari yon? Applying addition property, x squared minus 144 is equal to 0. Ang sabi dyan, applying addition property of equality. So, magpa-plus tayo. Plus. Ano yung hindi natin kailangan dito sa left side? Ito, 144. So, kailangan nating mag-add ng 144 dito. Mag-add 144 din tayo dyan. So, mangyayari niyan, negative 144 plus 144 magiging 0 yan. So, ang magtitira, x squared is equal to 144. Finding the square root of 144, ano mangyari dyan? Pag in-square root mo yan, magiging positive or negative 12. Bakit? Kasi once na minultiply natin, 12 times 12, that is equal to 144. In addition to that, pwede rin maging negative. Negative 12 times negative 12, that is equal to positive 144. That's why dalawa yung sagot. X is equal to positive or negative 12. Next, alright, letter B. Example, 2x squared minus 18 is equal to 0. Applying addition and multiplication property of equality. So, as you can see, we have here 2x squared minus 18 is equal to 0. Kailangan natin i-simplify yung equation. So, apply addition property of equality. Tanggalin natin yung constant term dito sa left side. Magpa-plus 18 tayo dito. Magpa-plus 18 din tayo sa kabila. So, balance pa rin sila. Nag-plus 18 ka doon. Nag-plus 18 ka rin sa kanan. That's why equal pa rin sila. And then, simplify our equation. 2x squared minus 18 plus 18, that is equal to 0. Is equal to 0 plus 18, that is 18. Just simply copy 2x squared. Ang sabi dyan, multiplication property of equality. Multiplication property of equality. So, we can multiply both sides ng 1/2. Bakit 1/2? Kasi kailangan nating matanggal yung 2 doon. So, 1/2 of 2, that is equal to 1. Or just simply write x squared. 1/2 of 18 or kalahati ng 18, that is equal to 9. Nakuha? And then, we're going now to take the square root on both sides. Plus and minus pero yan. So matatanggal yung exponent at saka yung radical sign. X now is equal to positive or negative. What is square root of 9? That is equal to 3. And that will be D. And this is the answer. Bakit? To check, 3 times 3, that is equal to 9. Negative 3 times negative 3, that is equal to positive 9 also. Negative times negative equals positive. Positive times positive equals positive. Unlike sign naman, negative plus positive is equal to negative. Positive times negative is equal to negative. Take note of that. Okay? For letter C, meron tayong x squared is equal to 75. This is letter C. So, get the square root of both sides. Mag-square na tayo kasi wala naman na tayong numerical coefficient dito na kailangan i-simplify. So, mangyari niyan, we will take the square root on both sides or get the square root of both sides. Ganyan yan. And then, take note, may positive or negative pa rin dyan. Dito naman, matatanggal yung exponent saka yung radical sign. So, what happened? We have now x is equal to positive or negative square root of 75. Kaso, we need to get the factor of 75 na kailangan or let us factor the perfect square. Kailangan natin mahanap kung ano yung perfect square dyan. So, ano ba yung mga perfect square? Yung mga numbers na kapag ini-square mo sila, yun yung mga lumalabas, yung mga perfect square. Gaya ng 1 square is equal to 1, 2 squared that is equal to 4, 3 squared that is equal to 9. Ito yung mga tinatawag nating mga perfect square numbers. So, if we're going to continue, meron tayong 5 squared din dyan that is equal to 25. And take note that this 75 is a multiple of 5 or yan na yun. Ito na. Gawin natin 25 times 3. 25 times 3, that is equal to 75. Or simplify, x now is equal to positive or negative. What is the square root of 25? That is equal to 5. What is square root of 3? Still square root of 3. So, ang magiging sagot is x is equal to positive or negative 5 square root of 3. Or pwede mo isulat ng ganito yan. 5 square root of 3 or x is equal to negative 5 square root of 3. Yan ang magiging sagot. That is for letter C. Letter D example, 2 times the square of the quantity x minus 3 is equal to 50. So the first thing that we're going to do, kung mapapansin ninyo, meron tayong 2 doon. So yan ang una nating tatanggalin compare sa mga examples na naibigay ko kanina. So, we will divide both sides by 2. What happened? Magkakancel yan. Magkakancel din ito. Ang mangyayari, we have now the square of the quantity of x minus 3 is equal to 25. Bakit? 50 divided by 2, that is equal to 25. Now, the next thing we're going to do, may exponent na tayo doon, we will take the square root, no? We will get the square root of both sides. So, we have to do this like this. Take note, may positive at negative pa rin dyan. Magtatanggal yung exponent. So, we have now x minus 3 is equal to plus or minus the square root of 25. Or x minus 3 is equal to plus or minus. What is square root of 25? Gaya kanina, ang sagot pa din ay 5. Next, the next thing that we're going to do is we will apply now the addition property of equality here. But then, first is, kukonsider lang natin muna yung positive. So, we have x minus 3 is equal to 5. Positive 5 ang una nating i-consider. Since we will apply the addition property of equality, magpa-plus tayo both sides. Ano yung hindi natin kailangan dito? 3. So magpa-plus 3 ako dito, magpa-plus 3 rin ako dyan. Take note that negative 3 plus 3, this is equal to 0. Or x now is equal to 8. Nakuha? Next, let us consider yung negative naman. The negative, we have x minus 3 is equal to negative 5. Again, kunin natin yung value ng x kasi since hindi natin kailangan yung negative 3 dyan, we will apply also the same addition property of equality. Magpa-plus 3 tayo dito, magpa-plus 3 rin tayo dyan. So dito magiging 0 yan. X therefore is equal to this, negative 5 plus 3, unlike sign sila. So the simplest thing that I can share is that, isipin mo, utang ito naman ang pera mo. So utang mo is 5, meron kang 3 pesos, so still you have an utang of negative 2. And that is the value of our x. Therefore, we can say x here is equal to 8 or x is equal to negative 2.